Okay, I'm gonna start all over again. This is the table to see how much do you need to pay. What is the sum of amount that you need to pay if you were to pay your loan earlier? So you have, let's say you have a 12 months add-on loans for 5,000 at 14%. You've been paying the loans for 475 a month for the past 6 months. You would like to pay off the loan. How much do you still owe? Okay, using the rule of 78. How do you get the 78? Is that number of payment divided by 2 times with number of payment times 1 plus 1. So 12 months divided by 2 plus times with 12 plus 1, it gives you 78 months. So this is the 78 months that you're going to divide then. Second step is sum of the remaining months digit. In this case, you will sum the number of the remaining months by descending order. So you have another 6 months, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because you start the loan with number 12. It's a 12 months loan. 12, you already paid up to 7. Then you left with 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You sum it up, you have 21. So determine the portion of interest that will be avoided if the loan is repaid early. Divide the step 1 by the results of step 2. So 21 divided by 78, then times with, you need to times with the percentage times the amount of loan times with 1 year end. So you get 188.46. Calculate the payoff loan. Subtract the result in step 4, that is the interest charges avoided, from the total amount due to the lender from the remaining payment. In this case, there are 6 payments left of 475. So the total is 2850. 2850 times, this is from 6 times 475. You subtract 188 out of it, that will give you 2661.54. This is the amount of payment that you need to pay if you decided to pay off your loan earlier, that is on the 7th month. Okay, you have paid for 6 months, then you on the next month you would like to pay all, so you are avoiding this much of interest, 188.46. So getting the best rate on your consumer loan, you can get loans from inexpensive source. You can borrow from your family, or home equity loans, cash value, the life insurance loans that you have, or you can get it from more expensive sources, from credit unions, saving and lending associations, that is bank or commercial banks. Or you can get the most expensive sources is retail store, finance company, or small loans company. This is dangerous. Yeah. Getting the best rate, if you have a strong credit rating, you'll be able to get the best rate, because strong credit rating actually reflects that you are able to pay your credit promptly. You are a good paymaster. So relatively risk-free to lenders. Use a variable rate loan, short-term loans, collateral, or large down payments. Yeah? With a large down payment, you will be able to get the best rate. Should you borrow or should you pay cash? So keep in mind that debt is expensive. So don't borrow to spend. Okay, never borrow money to actually shop for goods. Use cash rather than credit card. If benefits outweigh costs, borrowing makes sense. Yeah? Control your use of debt. Determine how much debt you can comfortably handle, so you know yourself better. Debt level confirm comfort and needs changes at different stages of financial life cycles. Okay, when you are a student, you don't need much debt. Your only debt will be only your PTPT and loans. As you work, you need more things in your life. There are more needs than wants. Make sure you differentiate between needs and wants. You need to buy car to go to work. You need to buy house later on when you have family. So needs change with the different stages of financial life cycle. With age, debt proportion of income tends to decline, and use several measures to control debt commitments. Yeah. How do you control your debt? Debt limit ratio. Percentage of take-home pay committed to a non-mortgage debt. Total debt can be divided into consumer debt and mortgage debt. Ratio should be below 15%. More or less 20% should avoid additional debt. If you reach 20%, you should avoid additional debt. Debt resolution rule. Control debt obligation, excluding borrowing for education and home financing, by forcing you to repay all outstanding debt obligation every 4 years. So it's good to have a loan that is only for 4 years. Logic is that consumer credit should be short term. Make sure that it fits in with your goal and your budget. You need to understand how much costly consumer debt is. Borrowing limits future financial flexibility. It limits chances of you buying more things, chances of you getting more things. Clues you might be in financial troubles. What to do if you can't pay your bills? Budgets, so more money comes in. You make sure you have a budget. Use a budget to control your finances. Use self-controls in the use of credit. If you think you easily shop, if you have credit card, cut off your credit card. Go to your creditor, discuss with them. Go to credit counselor. We have AKPK to actually manage your credit if you is uncontrollable. Borrow inexpensively. Probably you need help from family. Use saving to pay off current debt. Use a debt consolidation loans. This AKPK can help you. Bankruptcy is the last resort. Doesn't wipe all obligations. Yeah, you still have to pay other charges with bankruptcy. So, what is personal bankruptcy? Personal bankruptcy is a process where the debtor is declared a bankrupt pursuant to the execution order made by the High Court against the debtor if he is unable to pay his debt of at least 50,000. A debtor is a person subject to the bankruptcy jurisdiction of the court within the definition of Section 3, Subsection 3 of the Insolvent Act 1967, and at the time the act of bankruptcy is committed, was personally present in Malaysia, or ordinarily reside and had a place of residence in Malaysia, or was carrying on business in Malaysia either personally or by means of an agent, or was a member of a firm of partnership which was carrying business in Malaysia. So this is under personal bankruptcy. If you are unable to pay your debt for at least 50,000, you can be declared bankrupt. Yeah. So as a summary, consumer loan can be a single payment loans, installment loans, secured loans, or unsecured loans. Loan costs are finance charges which include interest payment and processing fee. So numerous sources of loans, but key to getting favorable rate is a strong credit rating and reduced lender's risk. So control debt by borrowing when debts fit within your financial plan and budget, and know your debt limits and use the debt limit ratio and debt resolution rules. This is an example of a credit card debt and student loan debt. Yeah, it increasing over time. Okay. These are the possible sources of credit with the type of loans, advantage and limitation of each type of loans, and also the lenders. Okay, this is your exercise that you need to do. You ask your parents or other family members, minimum of 3 people, at least you need to have 3 people, to describe their feelings about and their use of credit. Use the checklist in the next slide as a framework to guide your discussion by having them answer the questions. If you are discussing with 2 or more people, consider having them answer the questions separately. So these are the questions, and I have actually prepare you with a template to key in your answer. First question, do you have little or no saving? So do you know what to expect when you get your bank or credit card statements? Okay, for this type of questions, please try to let them talk and avoid a yes or no answer. Have you have little saving or no saving? Yes, I have little saving. How much is little by their definition? So you should have a longer explanation for each statement, so you'll be able to provide a better answer. So have you been turned down for a loan? If yes, why? If no, because probably the answer would be because they have a good credit rating. Okay, number 4, do you carry credit cards debt from month to month? How much do you pay? Do you pay only minimum payment? You could ask that question. Do you have a fixed expenses seems to eat out most of all of your income? Meaning to say, after minusing all expenses, you have a small amount of money or no money at all. Number 6, do you have insufficient fund for medical treatments? 7, do you live without a budget? Are you borrowing from one lender to pay another lender? Are you uncertain about the kind of house loan that you have? Have you ever taken a credit card loans? Do creditor calls you about payment? Are you uncertain about amount of debt that you have? Are your debt impacting your personal life? Do you sleep well at night? Are you worried every time? Do you find your financial problem seems overwhelming because it actually causes you to keep on thinking about it? Have you borrowed money from illegal money lender? So these are the templates that I actually prepared for you guys, so you guys can actually fill it up. So possible, please avoid yes or no answer. So provide the name, age, occupation, name for all three, at least three I said. These are the questions. You have 1 until the 15 questions here. Yeah, so these are the questions that you have. Okay, so coming back to this one, so these are the templates for you. Okay, this is your exercise. Okay, I think that is all for you. Thank you very much, and please I'll give you a submission date to submit all your all your work. Bye.